Hi.
Hi! We're back to do the wrap-up video.
I've reached the end of my 3 months. It's okay. My child, it's okay.
So we've been to Ramsbottom,
Manchester,
Bury,
York,
London,
Norwich,
Edinburgh,
Gospel for Asia,
Lake District,
Haddon Hall,
Chatsworth House,
Dunham Massey.
and Liverpool.
One of the first places was a teeny tiny little village called Ramsbottom.
Yeah, sheep's button.
And it was really cute, and we just walked up and down the streets, and it was a beautiful sunshiny day. After everyone had been telling me that England was so cold and dreary and rainy. We went to a little cafe, and we went to antique stores and bookstores, and we walked down by the river. We didn't go through the river because we would have gotten all wet.
You tried your first elderflower cordial.
Oh my goodness, that is delicious.
So good. So the next place we went to was into Manchester. That was when it actually did rain. It bucketed down, like it bucketed.
Oh.
PD tried her first pasty and vanilla slice. She had told me before she'd come, she's like, I eat loads. And I was like, okay. She had this pasty and this vanilla slice for lunch, and she couldn't even finish it. I was like, wow, that's really not very much. Oh boy, can she finish more than that. Much more than that.
You know, since we're on the subject.
Oh.
A vanilla slice!
I don't think she stopped eating them. She just... And then we had bubble tea as well, which is one of my particular favourites.
We went to a town called Bury, and we walked around to the shops, and they have a favourite coffee shop that they like. And that was the day that we took our epic family selfie, which I'm sure you've probably seen.
And the next place we went to was York. We stayed at the Bible College. We went to the Bible College coffee shop every day, and it's this little gate in the wall of York, and it's just really cute and quaint. And a drink called the London Fog. It was really good.
Like a mix of a bunch of different kinds of teas.
Yeah, with like a syrup in it. We went to the Minster, saw the Minster, which is huge
and
cathedral,
beautiful.
and we had the Oxfam shoot, which is on my blog.
That was fun. I had to put my smolder on for like a whole day.
Oh, that's difficult work.
That was when I had my first chips. Chips with gravy and mushy peas, and my life was forever changed.
Oh, yeah.
I have no shame that most of the highlights from our travels included
Food.
Yeah, and the rest of the time we just went around, saw York, hung out with some of the Bible College people. After York, we went to London, woo-hoo, which was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. My 3 highlights from London. Well, my first one, it was definitely seeing Big Ben. I just laid eyes on him, and it was just...
Love at first sight.
I also really loved Westminster Abbey for multiple reasons. It was just so cool, and just all the history. Other favorite highlight was then one afternoon we saw Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables on the West End, and they were both spectacular. I'd seen Les Mis before, but Jess and Damien hadn't seen it. It was just like such a proud fan moment for me, and we came out and we were just so happy.
My highlights from London, we went to this place called Grosvenor Square, which is a place I'd wanted to see, and it was just so pretty. I want to live there.
Yeah,
I just want to live there. I've read so many books with like Grosvenor Square is mentioned and stuff like that, so I was like, oh my gosh. Also the shows, of course, because they're both such amazing shows. Seeing them both in one day, it was like, we got to meet the Phantom of the Opera as well, which was so cool. We went down the road after we'd done that to order some coffee, and there the Phantom of the Opera was ordering coffee in front of us, and so we're like, we feel like stalkers. One of my all-time amazing, most favourite things about London in the world ever. We got to see a live interview of Richard Armitage. It was so good. He practically asked me to marry him. And the next place we went to was Norwich. Lots of bookshops. So many bookshops there, and the books in there are so old. We found ourselves a favourite little coffee shop.
The Little Red Roaster.
Yeah.
We went to this antique store,
which was inside of a church.
It was really cool.
It was full to it was full to the brim of staff, not people. But all of like Norwich is just really old, but it's also very colourful.
It's very bright.
Very bright.
So after we went to Norwich, we spent a week at a ministry called Gospel for Asia. That was probably one of our all-around trip highlights because we just got to work in the office with them. It was just such an encouraging week. You know, we went to give to them, but they ended up giving to us. You know, we had lots of just prayer meetings, and just everybody there was just so focused on just serving Jesus and working for this ministry.
It was nice to be around people who really wanted to talk about Jesus.
While we were at Gospel for Asia, one of the staff girls took us out to Starbucks for coffee. And it's inside of a hotel, and it is the most posh Starbucks we have ever seen. And we looked down, and we're like wearing hoodies and jeans, and we walked in there and tried to have the most posh conversation. So yeah, I just stopped by Buckingham the other day to see, you know, Kate was there.
Oh, I love Kate.
We were thinking about planning a, you know, outing to the lakes in a couple months.
That would be lovely. And she's pregnant again, isn't she?
So then we morphed into talking about Tom Hiddleston somehow. So yeah, you know, Tom is just so busy during the weeks.
Well, what with the Avengers and all that.
He likes to keep his weekends pretty
low-key. So the next place we went to was Edinburgh. Very different feel to London, but still very, very nice. And so one of our favourites was Arthur's Seat. Practically a mountain! You know, you hike up to the top, and from the top you get these amazing views of Edinburgh. More than a little heavy breathing. But there's a stupid guy who was like running along the bottom and running all the way up to the top.
And we were up there going like,
and he's running, and then he gets to the top, he's like, oh, great. And we're like, being such an overachiever, and then we pushed him off the cliff and he died. And then Petey tried shortbread, like Scottish shortbread.
Authentic Scottish shortbread. So the next place we went to was the Lake District. Drop dead gorgeous. We took like a bus tour to like all these different little tiny villages. Kendal, Windermere, Ambleside, and Grasmere. And Grasmere was definitely our favorite. It was tiny, nestled in the hills. Yeah. Oh man, we walked through the whole thing in like 30 minutes. I mean, it just didn't take that long. If you've seen movies like Miss Potter and you've seen the Lake District portrayed, it's everything like that. Yeah. It's so pretty. We
went to Haddon Hall and Chatsworth House and Dun & Massey. They're like 3 state homes.
Haddon Hall, I think, was probably all of our favorites.
I think it was. It was just gorgeous all the way through. Me and Peter were like, this looks like Jane Eyre. This looks like Jane Eyre. We've seen this before.
3 different Jane Eyres were filmed at Haddon Hall. And Haddon Hall is the illustrious Prince Humperdinck's castle.
Princess Bride. It was like throwing Damon down a hill and getting him to yell,
as you wish!
Chatsworth, I suppose, is more grand, so it's on a huge scale. We just kind of walked around the grounds, and then we went into the little village that had like
tea and scones.
Yeah.
Chatsworth House is where 2005 Pride and Prejudice, that's what they used for Pemberley.
And then Dun & Massey it's a little bit smaller. It used to be like a World War II hospital. We walked around the huge deer park and in their gardens and stuff. Like it rained most of the day.
Oh well.
We had tea and it was good.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
So anyway, that is a not so short summary. It's just been an incredible trip. I've gotten to see so many things that I've always wanted to see. Plus so much more that I didn't even know I wanted to see. I've just gotten to love this place so much, and you know, certain people. Not this one, but others like her. You know. It just really feels like, you know, another kind of home to me now. I can see God has been working in my life and through other people while I've been here. I just feel like I've grown and changed so much. Really, my favorite thing about England was just being here in this little house in Manchester with Jess and her family. They're just a family who just encourages me in Jesus. I have such a stronger relationship with God. I have a stronger relationship with other people in my life, including one right here.
It's been really good having Petey here and stuff like that, even though she's a terrible person. Creepy old man. She says, you know, she's grown a lot, and I think that we've learned a lot of that stuff together. Where we've been able to pray and study the word and talk about stuff and be idiots and also be strange and weird and creepy. It's gonna be very sad to see you go. Bye.
Bye.
Bottom.